So it's been just a small amount of time since I've done this last. Just a tiny amount of time. And the reason is, I simply felt that my current mic is just good enough to be a microphone. And that's it really. And I'd say it's not up to par in an ASMR environment. But then again, it could be worse. And people were watching the previous streams, so if they enjoyed them, it seems unnecessary to stop doing those streams. That doesn't mean I'm not planning on getting a better mic in the future though. Just in the distant future, because that's more down the pipeline of things to do. Like, you know, an actual 3DO is a little bit further away. But until then, hopefully you're okay with my current mic. If it's any reassurance, I'm slowly but surely moving up in the world. My mic previously didn't have anything protecting it from trying to sound good. I would like to continue doing this for, like I said, 30 minutes. But I don't know if I have enough tissue paper to do that. Also, I just realized I didn't tweet that the stream was up. I probably should do that. So I'll just simply narrate what I'm doing. So I'm going on to my YouTube shizzle. Go on my stream. I'll type in chat yeet, Y-E-E-T, and then I'll click tweet. Got that. Oh hey world, the blue moderator world. I'm currently tweeting the streams off because I forgot to do that, and I'm trying to make that a habit. The keyword is trying. I am failing. Let's see. Paste that. And then, because apparently Twitter suppresses tweets with links in them, so you can tweet a link and then you quote tweet it so they can see the quote tweet instead. Apparently, then again, I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. ASMR. Ah, that's what the tweet says. Retweet. Perhaps it's for the best. Or maybe I can't I can't remember. I haven't done this type of thing in a while. How is this? Is this volume slightly better? It does have a slight grain to my voice though. Like I said, I'd mainly be doing triggers such as this. Surprisingly well. I've got to get used to how loud to speak. I think I'm overly cautious when it comes to speaking a certain volume. I currently have tissue paper, and I'm slowly ripping it. I also have scissors for this. But honestly, the ripping the tissue paper by hand seems to make a better sound. By the end of the stream, I'm going to end up having a large amount of tissue paper, ripped up tissue paper. Probably be beneficial if I owned scissors that weren't bad. At some point I need to figure out a way to hear what I'm doing, because obviously I can hear it right now, but I can't hear what the mic is hearing. If there was some way for me to do that, that would be very good. Poor paper. Well, maybe this paper did something horrible, like push someone down the stairs. I have been absolutely addicted to as soon as I finished it, basically, I was like, I'm addicted. The only thing stopping me from retweeting tons of Omori stuff is the fact that I don't want to spam people's Twitter, and I have mutuals following me that haven't beat the game, so I don't want to spoil it. You still haven't got no Omori? No, I have not. I don't know if you've seen my tweet, but I tweeted that I was going to listen to the final duet song because I wanted to properly appreciate the song, and at the time I couldn't do it because I was bawling my eyes out. So I tried to listen to it on my own time, and 20 seconds in I just started crying with large amounts of volume. I seen the other endings. I saw the ending that you saw me see, and I saw the bad ending, and the bad ending left. I was shook. The bad ending left me extremely shooketh. Very shook. But also, I am very tempted to do a cover of my time. That's what it's called. The song at the bad end. But I don't know if I want to look at the other endings or if I want to wait until I've forgotten some things about Omori, and then I'll play the other route, which is like Hikikomori. I can't imagine what the Hikikomori route is because clothes. Clothes. That's so good. Like in the Hikikomori route, how does that end? Because you don't leave the house, right? That's like the whole point. Yeah, I've been basically looking at as many fan works as there does exist, essentially. I want spoilers. I don't know, because do I want to wait until I forget and then play it again to find out? Maybe I'll even stream it. Who knows? It's a good question. I'd say what do I want to do? Well, there is a non-0% chance that I might stream it again, assuming I forget it, so maybe, I don't know, maybe in a year or so, you'll see me do my second playthrough of Omori, but with the Hikikomori route. Because I definitely want to see stuff that I missed. Also, when playing the game, I absolutely did not think there would be many ships. Like, the only one I could really think of was Castle and Sunny, that's it. But then, you know, you find out the game does some heavy implications towards like Aubrey, and then the community did an entire thing on their own about like Kel. But Kel, this ASMR stream is gonna just turn into an Amori rant, I swear. But the Kel ship does make sense though, because let's be honest, it's like probably the most healthy thing. You got, you know, Kel's the reason that the good ending happens, or the bad ending, depending on what you choose. But you know, ideally, the good ending. You know, Kel's the reason that happens, and he's, you know, he goes outside, he's healthy, tall, happy, you know. In that part, it makes sense. I like. Good. Some good ASMR. Very loud ASMR. But like a Sun and Basil pairing, I like, but it's also like both of these people are mentally unhealthy. And while Sunny and Aubrey is better, it's still, you know, not particularly healthy either. So, you know, I'm just saying Kel makes the most sense. Oh my god, I got tons of tissue paper. Yeah, I want to try doing a cover of the Bad End song. Eventually. When am I getting my model? Well, the commission's open around July. Yeah, my time, that's the one. I kind of want to do a cover of that. But the commission's open about July. And then obviously the model has to be made. So I would assume at the earliest halfway through July. At the earliest, the latest, I'd say, I don't know, halfway through August, maybe, I don't know. Obviously, I've never exactly made a model or anything, so my guess is as good as yours, basically. The only thing I know is that the person I want to commission makes good models. Oh wow. Half-hour mark, that was very quick. What next? Trust me, I'm keeping that offer very in mind. But currently I gotta figure out what next. I want to do a bit of glass, something like this. That doesn't sound good. How about this? I basically just grabbed one of my Tom Collins glasses, since they're quite tall and thin. You know, I didn't realize it until just now, but this glass is heavy. I suppose you don't really hold glasses sideways under normal circumstances. Wood tapping. I would oblige this as well, but I don't think I own any wood, which is a bit surprising considering where I live, surrounded by trees. Well, you're probably not allowed to cut down a random tree. They're probably like owned by something. At some point I do want to try getting like an assortment of ASMR triggers and put them in like a drawer, so I don't have to scramble through my house. Well, house is a strong word. Through my current living situation to find things that would sound good. Just, you know, like a small box of small things. It's a cool sound. Well, I would try getting some other glasses that I own, but that would be quite loud to do. You know, blue. You're blue now. That's my attack. You're blue now. I can find it. You have the raw power to delete messages, and also like, I wonder what you can do. I don't know everything you can do. I'm not exactly well versed in what YouTube will let you do. I assume you can like delete messages and like time people out, I assume. I don't know, I'll have to do some like looking up. I probably should have done that ahead of time actually. Imagine if you can like ban me from my own channel. I guess I can ban people. Try not to ban yourself. Or me, ideally. Imagine if you could though. Ban the creator. Oh. Okay, now I'm curious. I wonder how this will sound. Okay, that seems to be making barely any noise. Don't have the option to remove or ban. I can block. I think blocking is like a personal thing rather than a channel-based thing. So that makes sense. Well, at least YouTube doesn't let you. You know, ban the creator from the channel. That'd be wild. But I also wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. YouTube isn't the most, you know, amazingly designed website. But as a list of things I'd like to do stream-wise is not a list, but more of a single thing that'd be cool. Is when I was younger, I wanted to get into DJing. So if it's not too expensive to get into, it would be, I think, cool to do too. You know, like learning how to DJ on stream. I'd have to buy a DJ thing though. Something tells me those are expensive. Like over £100. Yikes. Okay, glass, my arms are less tired now. Get in my hands. I like that sound. Luckily that's the inbuilt sound, aka me. I'm just plucking at the headphones, the microphone cover, a pop filter, like this. The other good thing about 3DO is that they're more sturdy, and I don't have to be held together by sellotape. Well, I suppose this one didn't exactly need to be held together with sellotape when I first had it, but now it does. What was that? Well, I've had this microphone for a while, so it's been through a few things, and one of those things has resulted in it requiring some sellotape to keep it together. And clearly I put a little bit too much force, and it wobbled just a bit. I thought it was gonna break, to be honest. That'd be unfortunate. This stream would be like the last in a while. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I've moved living quarters a lot, so you know, you gotta move them around in boxes. One time I dropped in an accident. The other time, someone came into my room and like threw it. I don't know who it was either. It was like someone who lived in the same, like, what would you call it? Like a dorm type thing. And I wasn't even streaming at that point, so I don't know. But similar to me, this Mike has been through some rough circumstances, but still works, technically. On a base level, it still works. You know, I've had, so far at least, quite an action-packed life. I got, you know, the makings of a B-tier superhero. I've been stabbed with multiple things. One of the more annoying ones. Well, not annoying. I think they were all bad because getting stabbed isn't fun. But one of the more noticeable ones is when I was stabbed with a pencil. With a freaking pencil. This is unintentional John Wick reference. But I was stabbed with a pencil at one point. And the mark of where I was stabbed with the pencil is still there because, you know, obviously pencils are used to write things with. Ah, ow. What kind of place do you live? In a, how do I word this? I don't live in an upper class area is a good way to put it. Not posh, not a high class area. Not, you know, it's, you know. Yeah, I was stabbed with a pencil, and you know what is it? Whatever the stuff that causes the pencil to, you know, leave a mark when you write, has left a mark like in my hand, and it's been there for years now. So, when I was stabbed in the hand with a pencil, I still have a, like, black mark from, you know, where the pencil entered and, like, coloured the skin. And, like, deep in the skin as well, obviously. Like, it's healed over because the inside was coloured. You know, you can just see the spot where I was stabbed still. Thank you, microphone. Please don't break. If I put pressure on it from the left, I think it does that. Yeah, I think it does. Bruh. I've never been good. That's honestly, like, ideal. Ideally, you don't want to get stabbed. For now. Honestly. I think this sounds weird, but I don't all the things I've experienced, I think getting stabbed is probably the least bad. Because I've been hit with a brick, and I don't know how the brain works, but when you get hit with a brick, the brain doesn't really send adrenaline to stop you from feeling the pain. So it's just like, ah, shit, I've been hit with a brick, I'm in pain. But with a stab, it's, the brain is like, oh shit, I know what this is, you've been stabbed. Take this adrenaline to not feel the pain. And, when you have to deal with the medical side of it, you can have it stitched up. Whereas when I was hit with a brick, the area just kind of is smashed up. And you'll have like a cast. And you gotta stay in it for a while, it's not the best. And you gotta go to school, but you can't write anything down because the thing that got hit was your right hand, so you can't write any answers for work. So you gotta have one of the staff follow you around to write your answers down. It wasn't the best. Do you want to see your blood flow? No, I think I've already seen enough of that. When I was younger, how old was I? I can't remember. Basically, I was playing about with friends, and I jumped back onto a settee. And the problem is, behind the settee was a radiator. And the radiator was sticking out and quite sharp for a radiator. And I smacked my head on it. And my hair went from a nice reflective blonde to a uh-oh, you need to go to the doctor's red. So I was rushed to the doctors to have my skull stitched. It wasn't the best. I did temporarily have my hair dyed though. Unfortunately, my hair was also quite stiff because blood dries, and it doesn't dry too well. It dries in a way that makes your hair very spiky. Fun things. Doctors, doctors are good. I like the doctors. Doing stuff like healing injuries and stuff. I think the most fun injury I had was when I broke a leg. I don't know if I told this. I probably told this story before because it's one of my most entertaining ones, where there was a spinny ride, something you'd spin on in a park, and I span on it so fast that it sent me flying. Fun injury. I feel like I'm slowly turning into Amelia with the childhood stories of injuries. But, I was sent flying and landed on my foot. But I was also horizontal, perpendicular to the ground. So my foot was turned on a 90-degree angle. Which, that, I should specify. That injury wasn't fun. But the result of that injury, aka crutches, that was pretty fun. I did like some, just running. Well, running is a strong word. Using crutches very, very fast. It's fun. I could like do tricks with them. Like I could hold myself up with one crutch. It was enjoyable. Not the breaking the leg part. Well, the foot. I broke the foot. The foot part wasn't enjoyable at all because I had to like crawl home. Like, I'm injured, somebody help me. Well, I'll continue doing this then. This has basically turned into a chatting stream, though I shouldn't be surprised anymore. These streams tend to just be chatting streams disguised as ASMR. Though I suppose whispering is technically a trigger, so feeling that this stream has been what is categorized as a bruh moment. A bruh momento. ASMR streams are usually chatting streams. Yeah. I think I'm starting to accept that now. ASMR streams are basically just chatting streams. Now that I've begun to realize that, more than fine with it. I mean, if I can chat for a random amount of time before the stream starts, I can do it for an entire stream, basically. But I've also got what's it called? I forgot the word. I've also got a vaccine, that's what it is. Appointment relatively soon. So that's going to be fun. This will be my first one, I think. Yeah, first one. I used to have I technically still do have a large fear of needles, but it's weaker now and gotten to more like specific types. Like I don't like needles in like very specific areas, like in the mouth. Like that. I had a needle in the mouth once and it was horrible. Like on the other side of the elbow, that's horrible. So you know what? A needle in the arm, I'm fine with. I do like the. Are you okay? You know what? I think you'll be a perfect mod. That fearlessness is perfect. Liking needles, truly. Parson's choice. It's only someone fearless like needles. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that stepping on a needle isn't fun. Yikes. I've stepped on a plug and that was horrible, so I can't imagine stepping on a needle. Curious as to how that sounds. I'm gonna listen to that. After the stream ends, I'm gonna listen to that to see how that sounds. Taking advantage of my hair being on the longer side. Seeing how that sounds. According to the OBS, that makes barely any noise. DJ is like something like that. I got no idea what that sounded like, by the way. Maybe Cat Boy is the wrong role for me. Frog Boy. I'll change my name to the Crazy Frog. It is the Crazy Frog. Dude. I remember really liking that song. Specifically because it was in like a PlayStation 2 game, which was Crazy Frog Racers, which was basically just Mario Kart, but with the Crazy Frog. It's kind of wild to think that the Crazy Frog like had his dick out constantly. Like, why was that allowed? I remember being like 8 and seeing an animated frog thing. just with no clothes but a hat on, and just being like, yep, that's the song. Very odd. I wonder how the scissors sound just like on their own. This is pure curiosity at this point. It's that crazy frog. Boom, boom, boom. How do these blunt scissors sound? I can't imagine they're too good though. exactly tip-top condition scissors. I'd get different ones, but these are the only ones I have. Subpar scissors, but at least they're scissors. I gotta give it to YouTube though. Currently haven't dropped a single frame. That's very impressive, YouTube. Normally, well, not normally. Recently, you've been dropping a lot of frames. Like, I don't know, 800 frames just fall out your pockets. But for this stream, no drop frames. Unfortunately, this is the type of stream where dropping the frames doesn't particularly matter. Because there's no, but there's a video, but the video is on the less important side compared to other things. I was recently recommended a video on YouTube called Rayman Sings Sex Bomb, which surprised me to say the least. But now, the worst thing has happened is that it's stuck in my head. And it's not even a link por favor. I will submit to you a link of Rayman singing Sex Bomb, and you get to hear some keyboard ASMR while I'm at it. There it is. Copy link address. Here you go. There's Rayman with Sex Bomb. The thing is, it's not even the original song. It's like what I assume is Rayman's canon voice, or the closest thing they could use for Rayman's canon voice, doing a cover of Sex Bomb for some reason. Spy on me, baby, you satellite. Use infrared lasers to see me through the night. Something, shoot me right. I can't remember the rest of the song. stuck in my head, but I can't remember the lyrics. Amazing. I've been listening to a lot of different music recently. Though honestly, I think that's most weeb music, not most music weebs listen to, are quite varied. Baby, you can turn me on. Ho ho. It's too fast. I know there's something about this funny. Rayman. Yeah, most like generally, if you watch anime, most of your music taste tends to be quite varied. Like I listen to a good anime opening. Like okay, wait, no, I'm gonna go on a tangent. Okay, so if you remember if you're assuming you watched it at all, the first opening of the Promised Neverland anime. You know, it was like fire. That one. Most people think when I talk about really watch anime. Well, it's a reasonable assumption. Actually, no, is it? Because it would be a reasonable assumption if you could watch and understand, like VTubers who speak Japanese. I can understand most of what the Japanese branch of Hololive is saying, just through anime experience. Season 2, yeah, I heard it was bad too. Luckily, I was never really attached to the anime because, and I'm going to go back on topic now. The opening for the season 1 of that anime, the start of it was amazing, and then it turned super generic. It went from like that just sounds like Invaders Must Die by the Prodigy, but it was like fire, and it was a good thing. But then it just went into super generic opening sounds like like you could have made a banging, like a really unique opening, but you decided to make it not unique. Like Hey Kids by the Oral Cigarettes, that's good. I played it, not that, but I played a good opening on the Monsanto stream. Flashback by Miyavi. That's a super good one. Darker Than Black. I don't know if I love Darker Than Black's opening because it's nostalgia or because it's a good opening, but like, I don't know, it's wild that they decide to make the opening song of the anime start with "Now I've lost it, I know I can kill. What we ate, what waits belong at the gate." No, Darker Than Black I think had a good opening. It was fine. Like after the first 30 seconds, it just sounded generic. the start was good, and then it, you know, the problem. I know exactly where it died. After they did the like trumpet, it just got super blunt. But before the trumpet, it sounded like Our No Exorcist's first opening, which is amazing, by the way. That first opening for Our No Exorcist is really good. Lots of animes with good openings that just are good. Some of them, most of them, are bad. Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers has currently a really good opening. It's got like a jazzy type thing. I still love Dark and Black's opening though. Like I remember the name of the band. I've never listened to that band, I just remember the name. Now I've lost it. I know I can kill what waits beyond the gate. Chobits. I loved Chobits when I was younger. I wonder how well Chobits has aged. I remember like absolutely adoring Chobits and the opening. I cried. Yeah, I cried. I cried watching Chobits. Yeah, I remember it now. Because I was like trying to remember stuff about the opening. And then a memory came back of me crying at the opening of Chobits. Oh wow. Go 15 minutes. That went fast. I don't know why I'm wearing my earphones. Like they do nothing for me. I'm not producing any sound. Well, I am. I'm literally producing sound, but you know what I mean. I'm not receiving sound. High School of the Dead. That had a good opening. I think. Then I did the opening for Gate and it sounded exactly the same as the one they did like 5 years ago, so you know. The main singer in the Akaboshi Rockets clearly needs some new inspiration. What was it, the first or second opening for Hunter x Hunter? No, not opening, because the opening stays the same for some reason. The first or second ending for Hunter x Hunter absolutely slaps. It's by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So good. I wish I could like try doing like screamo. I just want to see what it like feels like to like strain your voice for an entire song. Like I suppose I would count it like that for everything. I would like to try a lot. Just give me a large room with no people that I can stab. And then boom. Well, you know, maybe give me one person that has like the knowledge. Because I feel like I'd sooner break my vocal box than learn how to that properly. I feel like there's a lot of anime openings that I like the sound of, but I can't remember the names. Lots of them are like that. I listen to them like on repeat, and then eventually I'm like, oh, I can't remember what that's called anymore, so I can't listen to it. Soul Eater had a good opening. What was it ending? One of the two. There's a lot of anime that you're like, oh, I love that anime, but then you forget it existed. Like Claymore. I can't remember much about Claymore anymore, but I loved Claymore. Claymore was so good. It felt like kind of gutsy. Rest in peace. Rest in peace for the boy who made Guts. I haven't read Guts, but from the pictures of chapters I've seen, it looks amazing. I wonder what they're going to do with that series now. Because when the creator of High School of the Dead died, they just, ditched it. I'm not saying they should have continued it, obviously, but I mean, that is what they did. Just curious as to what they'll do. Intriguing story. Would be good if they actually animate it well, though, since that series seems to never get good animation. Will we ever get such a thing? Only the future will tell. Okay. I also, going back to Omori because, like my Twitter name suggests, I am currently addicted to it. And I beat it, I think, over a week ago now. I found a side thing called Omari, which, as you can probably expect, has Sunny and Mari swap places, and that is extremely intriguing. But after experiencing properly experience the community of Omori, I think I've come to the opinion that I don't think it'll turn into a Undertale type community. no offense to Undertale, but Omori doesn't have like an epic, cool character or anything. Everyone's sad, and that's it. That's the entire thing. People are sad. Like in Undertale, is Sans the cool guy, and then there's also like Chara, which is bad but also kind of cool character. So there's that. Yeah, most characters. Yeah, I mean, that hasn't stopped the internet before. Yeah, I think if you want to like become as popular as Undertale, you need to have like a base level of nicety, and then like a dark layer to satisfy like the edge people. And Omori doesn't have that. It does have a dark layer, but it doesn't have an edgy dark layer, because the dark layer is just big, sad. You gotta feel bad for Hero though. Man, I think like I was gonna say I think he had it the worst, but nah. I love Omori. It's such a good game. Everything was like horrible in that story. Like for the characters, I mean. If there's one thing I wish Omori like dived into a little bit more was Kel, because they touch on it a little bit about how like Kel is unreasonably positive, but they don't go deeper than maybe he's putting it on and he's not actually positive all the time, which is fine. But after I beat the game, my love for Kel increased a lot, because a lot of the good things that happen in that game is just because Kel is there. I just had an image in my head of someone saying that their favorite ASMR trigger was someone whispering "the baby." The funny part about it is I can see that being someone's like ASMR trigger, because it's like "the baby," so it could be "the baby, the baby, the baby, let's go, the baby." Oh, but last Resident Evil scream, that was nuts. That was bonkers. Because I bit until this Resident Evil, I basically never played horror games because I was, you know, away that I didn't like them and I didn't like being scared. But, you know, I played this and wow. Like at one point I was genuinely like paralyzed in fear. Like I genuinely couldn't progress. That's like, it's so good. Like I don't like it, I hate it, but I have to admit it's super well crafted, because most of it was suspense. Like only say like 20% of that, like doll area, actually had something that you had to deal with. Most of it was suspense. I wish YouTube had like a rating system like Twitch does. That'd be good. E3 is like soon now, very soon. Imagine if they're like, oh, by the way, here's Persona 6. That'd be wild. Just hoping Rayman will get revealed at E3 though. Just a personal hope. I haven't had a Rayman game since like 2005. 16 years. Damn. I mean, it's like... Damn. Wow. Rayman can like drive a car. In the UK at least. Wait, no. I think I'm mixing it up. No. Drive a car is 18. Age of consent is 16. I can't remember. I know there's like 16 is something, and then 18 is something. I can't really remember. I say that like it was a long time ago. Like, dude. It's like 2 years ago. Oh wow. And the stream time was reached. Wow. It was surprises me how quickly the stream reaches 1 hour and a half. 1.5 hours. Said that weirdly. But what do I stream next? Part of me wants to do Resident Evil again. But another part of me wants to do some Apex. Stream goes fast. you know, they say, I don't know who this they is because I need to have a word with them. But they, whoever that is, say the time flies when you're having an enjoyable moment. So I guess that's true. Just maybe. Just maybe. What next? Stream-wise? Resident Evil, maybe. Apex, maybe. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a different stream that I don't even know I'll do. Because I don't like doing the same stream back to back in case it gets repetitive. I don't know. I guess right now it's either Apex or that game I can't remember the name of. Resident Evil. That's what it is. Oh wow, it's 2. I forgot I started this stream at like past. Normally I started at 12. I didn't realize it was 2 already. Well then, have some of that. Ripped up tissue paper. Yeah, I don't know what I'll stream next, but until then. Wait, what? What's my ending phrase again? I can't remember. What is it? What was it? It's like good night something. I can't remember. I've genuinely forgotten my like stream ending phrase. Nosta. What was it? What is it? I can't remember. Next stream I'll remember because I'm going to look at my previous streams to remember. But yeah, until the next stream, I'll see. Hopefully I'll see you then. But first, I gotta say, good luck with your homework. Because homework sucks. That's why I don't do it anymore. Yeah, good luck with your homework, whatever subject it is. And then after you do your homework, good night. Wait, no, I gotta find the end screen. That's not McDonald's thing. Ending.